Is your agency experiencing a slowdown right now? Whether it's a seasonal slowdown or the economic climate, economic downturn might be impacting your agency. I want to talk today in this video about how you can approach slow seasons in your business. Now, while slow seasons can be difficult, they do not have to spell disaster for you and your agency. So I want to break down kind of two ways that you can capitalize, maximize your time as an agency owner while experiencing a slow season. So let's hop in here to the iPad and let's jam. There's really two ways that you're going to look at how to capitalize and maximize on and during a slow season. Now, again, whatever is leading to the slow season, maybe it's seasonal, like it is the summer and your business slows down then, or maybe it's the winter, or maybe you are just experiencing some of the impact of the economic climate. Whether are we in a recession? Are we not in a recession? Buyers are buying slower in many industries. So say what you will, or whatever the reason is for the business and the market to be slower right now, we still need to push through as an agency owner. And we can either choose to use this time to optimize things in our business, or we can look to monetize. Now, I will say that what I've found to be true is that when we are experiencing a slow period, it's not always best to try to do both. So I'll say that if you have enough recurring revenue and or the lead flow and deal flow that is currently coming to you has you in a position where you're okay if you don't get like an influx of new business, I might actually look to optimize some of the things to increase profitability. So let's look at optimizing first. So a few things that you can do when it comes to optimization of your business. I think one, you can map your delivery workflow. I know a lot of agencies, they don't spend enough time on SOPs or documenting how they do things. But like if you haven't mapped out your delivery workflow so that it's crystal clear on how actually you serve your clients and who is responsible for what, then spending some time mapping out your delivery workflow could be really beneficial. You could capture SOPs. All right. So you might know that in this slow season that while you might not be hiring now, when the next season comes and you are able to start hiring and maybe you have plans to hire, well, if we can start capturing the SOPs now so that we can delegate later, this could be really good use of your time. And on the same tangent of potentially being ready to hire, well, what if we were to create job scorecards? If you haven't read the book called Who, it's a phenomenal book. They teach this concept of job scorecards where it breaks down each role's kind of the description, the role, the responsibilities, the requirements, and the results that should come from that role. We create one for every single hire that we have, and it really allows us to hire more effectively, evaluate the team that comes in the first 30, 60, 90 days, and make sure that they're being trained up to speed and hitting the results that we expect for them. So you might want to put together job scorecards for roles that you are anticipating hiring in the coming months once the seasonal slowdown fades. All right. Another great opportunity is to build out some systems. This could be as simple as your new lead welcome sequence. It could be a new client welcome campaign. We have a campaign that we have all of our clients create called the new client on-ramp. And there's specific instructions on, how clients can get into the momentum very quickly. So maybe there's a system inside of your business that you've been meaning to create. Well, if business is slow, this is a great opportunity to start building some of the systems that you probably keep pushing to the side because of client work. The next thing you can do is to create more assets in your business. So specifically, what I mean here is maybe you need to create a new lead magnet, or you want to create a new webinar or a VSL, a video sales letter for you to attract leads, or a PDF guide. You have probably had one of these on your list for a little while. And so if you haven't done it, maybe start building some assets that can help you better attract new leads and opportunities. The next thing you can do is map out your content calendar. I for one, know that many agencies are not creating as much content as they should be. And it's usually one of the things that they slack on. And so this could be an opportunity for you to go start batch creating content that you can use to distribute when things start to get busy again. So look at your content calendar, start planning topics, outlines, YouTube videos, blog posts, LinkedIn posts, whatever platform you choose and or use to promote and market your business. you could go ahead and start creating content for that. You can also start mapping out all your marketing promos. Maybe you haven't put together the email campaign to go monetize the people that are on your email list, or you haven't scheduled the webinars that you want to put together to start nurturing your existing pipeline. Maybe you are someone that does events. That is a key part of your marketing promotion. Not just your content calendar, but your marketing promotional calendar is another key piece. One thing that I notice agencies fail to do a lot of is let people know that what services they have and that they have capacity. They're never kind of making invitations to get on a call and to see if they can help. So why don't you map out, make sure that when the slow season ends, that you have enough promotional opportunities planned on that calendar so that you're consistently promoting coming out of this slow period as well. Another thing you could do is explore new marketing channels. Maybe you've been crushing it on LinkedIn and you've been really wanting to dive into YouTube. In a slow season, why don't you take the opportunity to diversify and add your next marketing content platform to get in front of a new audience and start capturing leads in a new way? And then the last one that I'll share here today is maybe you just need to put together your list of your Dream 100. Now, this could be your Dream 100 of maybe podcasts you want to be a guest on, or maybe a list of your ideal clients that you want to start reaching out to that maybe you haven't spent time on. So build out your list of your Dream 100 and start contacting them is another great way to capitalize on a slow season by optimizing the business. Let's look at the back of the house. Let's look at some of the things that we can focus on while we have some time that we've been neglecting when we have clients in project work. So obviously that's optimized. Now let's talk about the next opportunity. Maybe you're like, hey, Greg, my business is pretty optimized. I'm actually looking to make sales despite things being slow. What's your recommendation? Well, here's a few things you can do. First, if you don't have a hot list, I would be working this hot list. Your hot list is prospects that you've spoken to that have not yet closed, but maybe were interested. Maybe the prospect that said, yes, I'm interested, but now's not the right time. So this is your opportunity to go hit that hot list with re-offers, make them a new offer, follow up on people that said that they were going to be ready around this time and see where they're at. If you're not maintaining and nurturing a hot list of prospects, you're probably leaving money on the table from people that have already at one point expressed interest in working with you. So make sure that you are working that hot list. The next thing you could do is think about how you can add a bonus. So, hey, if you sign up for our service or our product this month, that we're going to add these other things. So how can you add value to any buyers that buy in this window of time? So you want to create some incentive for them to buy right now, thus maybe add some extra support, or maybe you can add extra deliverables or extra access to you. What is something that you can do to sweeten the deal, but only make it available through a time-sensitive window of time, which would obviously be right now during the slow season, to get people to pull out their wallet right now and invest? Another thing that we see a lot of our clients doing is testing a more low friction offer. So what do I mean by that? In our world, a lot of our clients are monetizing their expertise. They have taken their service, evolved it into more of a productized service, and they might be able to teach their process or teach their method through a workshop. Maybe you already have a book. A book is a really low friction thing to sell. If it's the summertime, what do? You sit by the pool and you read. Maybe start trying to sell the book, get the book out there. I really like live workshops. They're really easy, I think relatively easy to deliver. And usually you can draw on experience and stuff that you have already done from your services. So what is like a lower friction offer that doesn't require such a big commitment? So that means both time-wise, like what does fulfillment look like? Like maybe they don't want to jump into a 90-day brand identity package, or they might not want to be working as many hours to go redevelop their website, but they might want to work on their marketing messaging, maybe put together their own content calendar. And if that's something that you currently do for clients, well, you can extract that, kind of unbundle your services, if you will, to make a time-sensitive offer that's a little bit more low friction on the price point and effort perspective. Another thing you could do is test one-on-one one-on-one engagement. So I know a lot of our clients that either offer a productized service or they're doing some sort of, group consulting training, something like that, where it's like a small group session or one-to-many. Well, why don't you offer up a one-on-one consulting arrangement? I think most agency owners are sleeping on the opportunity to take on a couple clients here and there that are one-on-one, where you get to kind of like roll up your sleeves, go a little bit deeper. These are really great clients to continue to hone and sharpen your skills and develop new intellectual property that could be leveraged for future clients. So maybe you had that prospect that really wanted to work with you, but they kind of just wanted you to consult them and maybe didn't want to use your team or something like that. I'd go back to some of those opportunities and see if I can propose a 30, 60, 90-day consultative agreement where we work together on very specific deliverables or things that they want to work on. So I've seen that from a consulting, advisory, mentorship, coaching perspective work really, really well during the slow season. I know last year during the summer, I brought on about 5 or 6 one-on-one clients that were all 90-day engagements, and it was a great infusion of cash flow and also allowed me to sharpen some of my skills that later benefited the rest of our clients. Another thing you could do is actually incentivize buy now, get later. So maybe you run an event, you can sell an event ticket that maybe happens in the fall, but you can sell it in the summer by giving some sort of incentive. Maybe you can say you're going to start booking people out for the month of September, and anyone that commits to September in July is going to get an additional savings and or again, one of those bonuses. So how do we incentivize people to pay us now for services rendered that will maybe be rendered in 1 to 2 months or 3 months from now, but make them a sweet enough deal that makes them want to exchange the money now? So think about that. The next one you can do is make sure that you're updating your content. So I want you to look at your content and make sure that it's handling all of the objections that are tied to why people aren't buying right now because of the seasonal slowdown. One thing that I know has worked for us in our business with a lot of the things that we build and do for our clients, the things that we build now, if they want it running flawlessly and smooth by the fall, well, we kind of need to get started now. It's like a 90-day window to get a lot of these systems built, deployed, and running effectively in the business. So when you are on the sales call with a prospect and they're telling you it's kind of slow right now, but like I'd be interested in the fall, and you clarify that they want this thing live and running in the fall, you can then reinforce that in your sales conversations and in your content, kind of with the message and the tone of, look, if you're looking to do this, this, and this by this September and or October, we actually should be getting started now because it's going to take a certain amount of time for us to get some of these things spun up so that they're actually producing the results that you want by the time that you want them. And so sometimes you have to reframe getting started earlier for when they actually want to start receiving the results. Now, if they don't care about receiving the results until later, then that's a different story. But sometimes if someone says, hey, I'm not looking to get started on this until the fall, and you say, well, are you not looking to get started until the fall, or are you planning on having results from this thing in the fall? Because if it's results from this thing in the fall, then we probably want to get started earlier. The last thing I'll say is focus on lead generation. I know during the summer that a lot of businesses will sometimes pull back on their marketing, specifically around paid advertising. Last one is lead generation. And so oftentimes people, when the market is slow, they'll conserve dollars, which usually means that it's more affordable for everybody else. And so I have always found that it's a really great opportunity to go heavy on my lead generation during these slow periods, because again, I know that I'm going to have to nurture some of these leads before they're ready to buy anyway. So if I want buyers come the fall, I can be using the summer to come up with those new lead magnets, maybe start testing paid ads, bringing clients in, or maybe sponsoring a podcast or whatever your paid marketing vehicle is, or just you're doubling down on your content to drive leads, whatever that may be, focusing on lead generation, knowing that you're going to be nurturing these opportunities for a future sale could also be a really good use of your time so that you are filling your pipeline with potential prospects and opportunities that will be buying once we come out of the slow period. When we go into a slow season, we want to think about how we can do one of two things. How can we either optimize our business with the downtime, with the slowness, capitalize on projects that are internal that will make us more profitable, more systematic, more efficient, and primed for growth when the slow season is over? Or how do we experiment, make sure that we're continuing to do the little things like working our hot list, testing new offers, maybe going for some one-on-one engagements and focusing on lead gen so that we can sooner monetize during this season as well. Either way, it's kind of difficult to do both if you're a small team or if it's just you. So I would ask yourself, which one is the most important to you for the slow season? Again, if money is tight, then monetization probably is the smartest move. But if you're not like strapped for cash and your current deal flow and your current clients feel stable and secure, and you've been meaning to get some of this optimization work done, then I would use this time to optimize and get some systems built into your business, because you'll thank yourself later when things are busier again in busy seasons. So I hope you found this useful. In the comment section below, I want you to comment optimize or monetize for how you're going to approach this slow season if you are in fact in a slow season. Now, one thing that is often overlooked when it comes to navigating slow seasons or just making your business more sustainable is having the right business model. So I believe that now more than ever, agencies are primed for diversifying their income streams, which again will make it a lot easier to acquire customers and clients and members if you follow this model in this video.